Guess I'll go to Grey Garden first. Hello.
Welcome to Grey Garden, darling. This is the Commonwealth's first and only hydroponics facility run entirely by robots. Yes, construction was completed mere days before the war. We were able to survive and continue our operations only because our creator made us fully self-sufficient. You see, there are two kinds of robots here. The worker drones carry out labor and maintenance. We supervisors, that is myself, green and brown, possess sophisticated cognition processors. We are capable of complex analysis and decision-making, a testament to the genius of our creator, Dr. Edward Gray.
Yeah, what became of him?
Like so many others, he died in the war. It was a terrible loss. Robotics and artificial intelligence were our creator's great passions, rivaled only by his love of television. Perhaps you've noticed that I possess a rather singular personality, as do the other supervisors.
She does have a lot of charm for a bot.
I'll take that as a compliment, darling. After all, the last thing any woman wants to be is ordinary. A few other things you should know. Talk to Green if you need supplies. If it's caps you require, Brown might have a few odd jobs. There's one other thing. A question, really. Tell me, darling, what do you think of the water around here?
Nothing special. No, I'm with the Minutemen. Did you need anything?
Why, yes. That's what I was getting at, dear. The water. It's simply ghastly. Pressure is down. Radiation is up. Why, it's practically toxic. Just think what it must be doing to my skin. This will never do. If you Minutemen can lend us a hand, I'll be eternally grateful.
Alright.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. Most of our water comes from the old Western plant, south of here. Such an eyesore. Be a dear and pay a visit, See what you can do. Maybe tidy up the place. It must be filthy. If you can get it working again, I'm sure I can come up with something for you.
So, seems you know how to hold your own. I had my doubts when we first hit the road. You kidding me? I thought I'd see you picking your teeth out of the gutter by sunup. It's just real rare these days. Find someone who's not willing to take things the way they're handed to them. Too many good folks not willing to get their hands dirty. And too many assholes taking advantage of it. Look at what happened at Diamond City. Before McDonough took over, it was a half-decent place to live. A little stricter than I usually go for, but not terrible. I thought he and I had a pretty happy childhood. But then he decides he's gonna try and get elected with his anti-ghoul crusade. Mankind for McDonough. Before you know it, you got families with kids lining up to drag folks they call neighbor out of their homes and throw them to the ruins.
Yeah? Uh-huh. Okay, we need to talk about this later. Okay, anyways.
What do you need? To think I ever doubted you. You kidding me? I thought it's just real too many good. Look at what happened. A little stricter, but then before you know it.
Why did he have a campaign against the ghouls?
Because he thought he could win. There'd always been a pretty clear divide between the folks living in the stands and those down on the field. I'm not convinced they didn't do it just to improve their view. I remember storming into his office above the stands after the inauguration speech. He was just standing there, staring out the window, watching as the city turned on the ghouls. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "I did it, John. It's finally mine." Should have killed him right there, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Instead, I pleaded with him, begged him to call it off. He said he couldn't. He had nothing against the ghouls. He was just carrying out the will of the people. And he couldn't betray the voters. And then he smiled. That hideous fucking mile-long smile. Never smiled like that when we were kids. I didn't even recognize him. I don't know. Just didn't seem like the guy I grew up with. When I'd first heard the rumors he'd been swapped for a synth, thinking back on that night, I thought it made a lot of sense. But now, I don't know. I don't think I buy it. I've seen him since then, and there's no way they copied him that perfectly. Even got his tight-ass walk. But at the time, I just needed to get the hell away from him. Him and that whole damn city. Him and that whole damn city. I still wasn't a ghoul at this point, so I didn't have to leave, but I couldn't bring myself to stay in that cesspool after that. I'd been sneaking off the Good Neighbor for years to get decent chems, so I knew the safe routes. I managed to track down a couple of the families, lead them there, but most couldn't get used to the Good Neighbor lifestyle. I brought them food for a couple of weeks, but after a while, they just disappeared. Folks in Diamond City signed their death warrants, and all the good people were willing to just sit by and watch. I felt like I was the only one who saw how screwed up things truly were. Who couldn't just pretend things were fine. Still feel that way. Or I did. Until I met you. I know I run my mouth, but having someone who sees the world for what it is, and is willing to do something about it, it's meant a lot to me. I feel damn lucky to have you as a friend. And that ain't a term I toss around lightly. Well, thanks for hearing me out.
Well,
You probably weren't looking for a history lesson, were ya? You wanna hit the road?
failed speech checks, cool. Anyways. Yeah, so I think they destroyed some of your crop. That sucks. So they want me to go here. Oh, I think I know where this place... I think I know what's here. Those are super mutants, pretty sure. Anyway, I need to find someone to buy these, eggs. So I guess I have to go into the city for that.
We can talk about guns, or maybe you want to consider self-defense at its best.
So, you want some eggs? I got eggs. You want eggs? Take egg. I should, yeah, go back to Vault 81, too.
Pretty sure the vaults were built to keep riffraff like us
So you're back. I take it you got what Overseer McNamara was looking for.
Yep.
All right, smartass. I'm opening the door. Overseer McNamara and myself will meet you at the entrance. Oh, and behave yourself. You start any trouble, we'll toss your ass right back outside.
They need a break.
Everyone's working hard right now, Cal. You think I don't know that? Just do the best with what you can. That's all I'm asking.
Fine, I'll see what I can do. But you and I both know we can't keep going on like this.
Hangovers.
Sorry about that. As you'll soon see, we have a few maintenance projects underway. Gwen McNamara, Overseer. Welcome to Vault 81. Here, we pride ourselves on having maintained a successful vault over these past 2 centuries. We'd like to be completely self-sufficient, but there are certain resources we can't provide ourselves.
Kind of amazing you've maintained a vault this long.
Thanks. I owe it to the Overseers before me, but some here would disagree. A few believe opening the doors to the Commonwealth was a mistake. Exactly why we rely on a select few traders for our needs. That's why I like to use a give-and-take system. If outsiders are willing to help us, we're willing to help them. Speaking of, if you're ready, I can take those fusion cores from you.
Yep, here you go.
Thank you. Dr. Pensky will greatly appreciate these. Now, I have work to do.
Ma'am, what about his, friend here?
I'll allow it. Security is already extra mindful as it is. If he's lived this long in the Commonwealth, I'm sure he's chosen his friends wisely. If you need anything else, I'll be in my office.
So, we got a new visitor today. Don't say anything, but man, I'd love to be out there. Wish it was that easy. It's scary leaving the vault. And the Commonwealth? It's also unpredictable. Maybe someday. At the rate we're working these days, maybe sooner than later. I wish. They say it's all the moving parts that have us working around the clock these days. Structurally, I guess 81 is still pretty sound. Vault Tech sure knew what they were doing when they set these places up. Well, I don't want to keep you, and I gotta get back to work. Maybe I'll see you around.
Yeah, I'm sure they knew what they were doing. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to do the fusion core thing.
Do some trading, look for the depot. Alexis has just about anything you could need.
I'll come back here later. There is a quest here, but I'll come back here to do it later. Yeah, I guess really the next thing is going to be trying to get to these locations. Fucking synth birds.
Hey, I got some.
There's an aeroplane directly in front of us. Isn't that fun? I figure I'll wait until they're done and then, you know.
Brought this on yourself.
Okay, then.
This is a lawful use of deadly force. Complaint to your local law enforcement operations.
Most folks that run with me don't live out the day. I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.